Hi guys. Sorry. Good morning, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. Welcome to class number 3. I hope you enjoyed the first 2 classes. I hope you watched them. If you haven't, maybe go back and start from the beginning. We've done a detox and cleanse flow and a beginner's flow to get people kind of used to the poses, and we're going to move on to something. It's not difficult, but it may be a little more challenging than the other 2 sessions, but there is nothing that people cannot do. Let's just leave it there. There won't be any headstands or anything like that. There's nothing that can't be modified, nothing that can't be taken down to wherever you are in your practice. Remember, this is about you, about your strength, ability, about your own meditation, about your own yoga journey. This is not a competition of who can hold what pose the longest. It's all about your journey. And so let's jump right into it. I have a line in the diffuser, and I'm actually going to put a line on right now on my pulse points just because I need to maybe feel a little more anchored today. Well, I know I should be using anchor, but I need to feel more centered. That was the word I was looking for. I've got a lot going on and my mind is erasing, so is racing, not erasing. I don't know, both could be true. But I'm just going to put on a little bit of a line to get centered and to get ready for the practice today. And today's flow is going to be active recovery. So on those days where you don't necessarily work out too hard, or if you're maybe not feeling like some super long workout, this is 19, 20 minutes, just depending on how long I spend telling you about each pose, how long it ends up being. It's exactly how it says, active recovery. So this morning, for instance, I cleaned my house and I ran 4 miles. So that's about a 3-hour, jaunt there of both of those things combined. But I don't want to go and sit on my couch for the rest of the day. Yes, I will allow myself some rest time, but I also want to stretch out the muscles that I've used. It's great for after, say, CrossFit, after a hard spin class. This is you will still be working, but it's a nice, calm, active recovery session. So that being said, let's get on with it. I hope you enjoy today. I am glad you are here, and enjoy your practice. It's all about you. Let's get started. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, everybody get ready. And start in mountain pose. These should be all poses that we've done before. Pardon me. I have this kind of weird, hideous cough. I hope the lighting and everything's okay and you can hear me. I did forget to get my music going. Where is my phone even? Why don't you stand nice in mountain pose, hands centered at the heart, feet about hips width apart, really rooted into the ground, hands in prayer, and I will be right back to get my music. Keep breathing, nice deep inhales, slow exhales. Nice deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale.
Connection successful.
I'm going to pause for 1 second. Okay, take your hands up into upward salute, just like we did last time. That's much better. Sorry about that. Upward salute, so your hands are palms facing. I know you can't see the top of my hands, but they'll be like that. Still rooted in mountain pose, gazing up to our hands. Nice deep inhales. And as you exhale, gently bend forward into forward fold. You can rest your hands on your thighs. or on your shins, or if you can bring them all the way down to the floor, that's great. Wherever's most comfortable for you. And you'll notice the more often you do this pose, the more you'll be able to stretch really into it. And bringing your hands out in front of you, stepping your feet back. Heels resting on the ground if you can for downward dog. Remember to keep that head nice and loose, no tension. Don't hunch your shoulders either. You want them nice and low. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Still breathing. Downward dog is kind of a recovery pose, a resting pose. About 10 more seconds. And gently coming forward on our toes. Hands are shoulder width apart. Shoulders over wrists for plank. Bum down. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Nice deep inhale. And exhale as we lower our knees down to the floor. Thighs on the floor, and then gently come up. Resting our elbows at our sides for cobra. It's not quite upward dog. We're still kind of have more of our stomach on the floor for cobra. Make sure your elbows stay nice and tight at your sides. Still breathing. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale back into downward dog. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Make sure you're taking in as deep a breath as possible when you inhale, so trying to fill your lungs full of air. And then as you exhale, bringing your right foot in between your hands for high lunge. Keeping your toes up on your back foot, kind of like you're in a runner's. This isn't runner's lunge, it's high lunge, but it's a nice stance to kind of power off of. Make sure to keep your bum down. You don't want to be like this. You want a nice diagonal line from your body. And gently coming up to warrior one, palms together. Make sure your shoulders stay down. You don't want to turtle in a shell. And bringing your back foot down. I know I probably should be facing you for this. But bring your back foot down and make sure the heel of your front foot is in line with the middle of your back foot. Does that make sense? And twisting your torso forward. And we'll gently extend our arms out for warrior two. Gaze over our right middle finger. And only go down as far as is comfortable for you. If it's more comfortable for you to be up, that's great. Otherwise, bring it down nice as low as you can. Okay, I'm going to switch around, still keeping your right foot forward. heel in line with the middle of the back foot. Straighten your leg, bring your right hand down to the floor in front of your foot, and extend your left arm up for triangle. And if you can only come up here, that's great. Here, great. Here, wonderful. And gently coming up, bringing our feet together, bringing your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Hands at the heart for tree. If you can only make it right here or right here, that's great, but do not rest your foot on your knee. Do not. And gently coming down, crossing. Bring the heels of your feet together, or the bottoms of your feet together. Hands interlocked, bring them under your feet. Gently bend forward for bound angle pose. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is so important. Now we'll come onto our backs. And we'll gently lift our stomachs and our hips up to the sky, bringing our hands interlaced underneath us, shoulders underneath us for bridge. Gently bringing your bottom back down to the mat, knees into the chest, grasping our hands over our knees, pulling them in, or knees to chest pose. Still breathing. This is a nice, still working pose, but nice and relaxing. Gently bring your knees in closer. Couple more seconds. And release. Bringing ourselves back up slowly. You don't want to get a head rush. Feet about hips distance apart. Hands are in prayer at our chest, over our heart for mountain pose. We'll run through that again on the other side. Make sure your feet are planted firmly in the mat, rooting yourself nice and tall as a mountain. Close your eyes if you wish. Bow your head, whatever you'd like to do. Bringing our hands again up above us into upward salute, palms together, gazing upward to the sky. Nice, strong stance. Bending forward into forward fold. Nice deep stretch in the hamstring from the calf. Bringing our hands forward, feet back into downward dog. deep inhales, you guys. And exhales. Getting all the air out of your lungs like you're wringing out a sponge. Now coming forward on our toes, shoulders above our wrists for plank. Make sure to keep your bum down. Sorry, my hair always in the way. And lowering down onto our thighs and our stomach, gently pushing our body up, our torso up, I guess I should say. Elbows nice in at the sides for Cobra. Not quite as low as Sphinx, so your elbows are off the mat, but not quite as up as Upward Dog, so you're kind of in the middle for Cobra. And pushing back on our toes, pushing our bodies back into Downward Dog. Nice long downward dogs in this sequence. Get those muscles nice and stretched out. About 10 more seconds here, you guys. Now we'll bring the left foot forward in between the hands into high lunge. Hands on either side of the foot, gazing forward, toes up in the back, or excuse me, heel up in the back on your toes. Now we'll gently turn the right foot down. Place it on the mat, making sure our heel of the front foot is in line with the middle of our back foot. Lowering down so the knee is at a 90-degree angle. Palms together, facing out to the left for Warrior One. And gently bringing the hands, the arms out so they're parallel to the floor. Knee still in 90-degree angle. Our gaze out over the middle finger on our left hand for Warrior Two. Nice strong lines in these warrior poses. And releasing that front leg to straighten it, bringing our bodies forward, our left hand coming to the ground, our right hand going up to the sky. Gazing up to the sky for triangle. Again, if that's not comfortable for you to put your hand all the way on the floor, you can rest it on your thigh. Or if you have a yoga block, you could rest it on a yoga block as well. And release. Bringing the feet about hips width apart, we're going to go into tree again. Bringing the left foot now up to our inner thigh, or wherever is comfortable for you. Palms at the heart, or you can leave them down to your sides. You can extend them out together. This is your journey. And don't matter if you get a little wobbly, everybody does. And release. Shake that out a little bit. Come down to seated with your heels together, hands interlocked. Put them under your feet for bound angle pose. Gently bending forward if you can. If not, it's no big deal. And release. Coming onto our backs again. Laying down, feet and knees up, and gently bring your hips up to the sky. Hands interlaced underneath you, shoulders underneath you for bridge. And release. Bringing your knees into chest. And gently pulling them in for knees to chest pose. Don't forget your breathing. And release with your legs extended in front of you, palms facing the ceiling down to your sides. Gently close your eyes in Savasana. Let go of all of your worries. Relax your mind. Let yourself fall deeply into your mat. Gently begin to wake yourself up by wiggling your fingers and your toes, moving your neck from side to side. Gently roll onto your right side and gently push yourself up into comfortable seated. I'm so glad you could join me on this active recovery flow today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there was things you were able to push yourself to do. Remember, it's all about your own journey, and I hope to see you at my next class. Namaste.